Our High Commissioner, His Excellency Syed Ibne Abbas, has been extremely patient with that. He had actually an appointment at 5 p.m. and he managed to actually shift them a couple of times. We cannot thank him enough, and he has done it almost every time, because that's what we Pakistanis do. We don't stick to time. And he has been passionate and patient enough, in fact, to live with that. And well, he's going to sum it up, because we witnessed his patience at the Women's Youth Congress, and today we have the Leaders of Tomorrow Congress. Syed Ibne Abbas, I can read on for 5 or 10 minutes about him, but one of the most senior figure in Pakistan Foreign Office. He has served at almost all the key positions in the most effective capitals, in talk about capitals of the world, and he's leading the High Commission in the last approximately 3 years. And one thing about him is that during this time he has managed to go out of the way, out of the call of the duty, in fact, and we actually consider him the most favorite and the most beloved High Commissioner of Pakistan in the UK. So that is something
Thank you very much. Boys and girls, I, as my dear friend said, I'm really disadvantaged because I'm speaking after a very prolific speaker, teacher, writer, and whatnot. So I am certainly disadvantaged, but again, I have been asked to speak for a few minutes, which I will do happily. But before I do that, I would like to say thank you on behalf of all of you to my dear friend and our leader and a brother, member of European Parliament, Sajjad Karim Saab, who was very patiently with us throughout the afternoon, but since he has to catch a train to be with his lovely young family, because he has been traveling for a couple of months and he hasn't had a chance to...
I have a family in Brussels.
Are you going to Brussels? I thought you were going to Manchester. I'm sorry. So we want to thank him for his support, his leadership, and he has always been very supportive. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So, girls and boys, let me begin by thanking the WCOP, and of course its chairperson Qamar Raza Saab, Arif Malik Saab for being a MC and for director and of the organization and also arranging this. And of course, I would also like to acknowledge Dr. Suhail Chokhtai, because he is also a very important part of the WCOP, and I think they all work and they gel well and they deliver.
Here, here.
I'll be remiss if I do not acknowledge others like BPF. They do a great job, and also, of course, the Pakistan Foundation and Abbas Malik, the president. So for a great job, guys, thank you very much. Of course, I'll be thanking all the panelists, moderators, and our MC, as I said already. But let me also acknowledge the presence of my colleague, who is ambassador in Cambodia, and he happens to be amongst us. Thank you very much, ambassador. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, you see, it's a very appropriate, very appropriate topic which we, I think, the organizers have chosen, and that is the leaders of tomorrow. I think couldn't have been better, and I'll give you a reason for that in a minute. But I think, very briefly, one sentence, I say, I see reverse migration happening very soon from all over the world. So I'll come to that in a while. But I was in United States in 2006 and 10. I saw actually reverse migration happening from there to our neighboring country. So at that time we could only imagine and only could dream, but I think that dream is about to be realized. I'll come to that in a moment. We have had several inspirational speeches. I don't want to give you any further inspirational speech because I think I can't improve on anything what Tony Buzan has said. But I will consider myself sitting in my dining room and talking to my 3 sons. So that's what I'm going to do now. Because that's what I tell them. And you know, mind you, we make it a point to have a dinner every night together. One of my son, he's a barrister. He's not with us. Other son, he is in Karachi. He's in the 4th year of medicine. And the last one is the only son with us is here. And many a times, you know, if we are not together, but he's the only one left to be with us. And even if I go very late and at night, he's eaten. But I insist that he must join us for dinner on the dinner table. Many times he complains, but still I make sure. I will come to the reason for that. But so I will consider this room as my dining table for the dinner. And 3 things I keep telling our children, boys, and that is, you have heard many things, and I think wonderful speeches, very inspirational, personal experiences. But my personal experiences, you know, 3 things I will share with you. That is, be passionate, be focused, and have self-confidence. I with all my show all deference to all what has been said, I think all that was correct, but these are my 3 markers or benchmarks: passion, focus, and self-confidence. Why I say self-confidence? Last week, there was a young gentleman who came to my office, and he came through somebody's reference. And this is what I narrated to my son also, who at the dinner table, and I'm telling you also. And he said, I want to see the High Commissioner. So I said, I'll see him, although I was very pressed for time, but still I said, please come in. So he came in my office. The first thing he came in, and he incidentally is in last year of his law, final year of his law. And he comes in and he drops himself in the chair. So I said, So I said, are you all right? He said, I'm tired because I'm up since morning and I have to do this and do that. I said, all right. And so then he starts looking at my office, right and left. And I said, you have been here once before, but what's so special? There's nothing has changed. We said, well, I was here last time. I was mad at my father, so I didn't get to see anything. I know, why? Very good. Now this young fellow comes to my office to seek some guidance or help for his internship because he is about to finish his law, and he needs naturally some internship or some job prospects. So I thought in my mind that this gentleman has a low esteem and there's something wrong. I don't want to go further that there was some issue with the parenting, but I said, I'll refer him to one of the finest QCs I know. And I said, I asked the gentleman, I said, I'll send you a young fellow for guidance only. He said, is that all you want me to do? I said, that's all I want you to do. So that QC who travels a lot, but by chance he had a slot next day, he called him next day, and it was supposed to be for 10 minutes, which he gave him 45 minutes. And he called me back immediately. He said, High Commissioner, if you had preferred that young fellow, his CV would have gone straight into the dustbin. I said, but what was wrong with the CV? He said, full of spelling mistakes. There was no structure. There was no sense. And this guy is about to finish his law. I said, then? He said, I asked him a few questions, and then I came to the conclusion that there was a low self-esteem and confidence. I said, what? He said, he was telling me, when I tried to probe him, he said, I have to compete with Oxford and Cambridge guys, and I cannot. So, we are trying to help him. That QC will help him. He sent him back, he will do his CV all over again and all that. But what I'm trying to tell you and convey here is that the world doesn't stop after Cambridge and Oxford. I am sure there are many. Well, it's a head start if you can get into it. If you can't, you cannot regret for the rest of your life, because remorse is the poison of life. So don't be regretful, don't regret. Because I heard Munir Hussain, Asad, Shan, and others talking about their parents and grandparents. I must say that I salute them. Either they were in a room with 16 people or 32 persons in a house, I salute them. Why? Because they laid the foundation, and you guys are reaping the benefits today. We must salute them. And yours is not incidentally the one-off story. One of the famous persons in UK today, Sadiq Khan, similar story. Another member of the parliament, a member of parliament and cabinet, Sajid Javed, exactly the same story. And then Sir Anwar Pervez, one of the most famous Pakistanis. Thank you for reminding. So, boys and girls, don't think that you have challenge and people coming before did not. There were challenges in the past. There are challenges now. Rather, I would say challenges have increased. Challenges have doubled. But there is no reason that you should be sort of discouraged by the challenges. Because I don't know how many of you understand Urdu, but I will, say a couplet here in Urdu, which says, it's a bit of mixture of Persian also. बादे मुखालिफ से ना घबराए उकाब, ये तो चलती है तुझे ऊंचा उड़ाने के लिए. So that means that don't get discouraged by the wind which is blowing from opposite direction, because there's a meaning thereby there's an opportunity in adversity. And the poet thinks that actually that wind which is coming from opposite direction wants to take you further up.
Iqbal is Tony's favorite poet as well.
All right. So what I'm trying to say is that we should not get disappointed, discouraged by the adversities. There's an opportunity always. So please remember that, as Munir said or Asad said, so they could have given up, or Rui said, who's a ITM working. So there have been opportunities in people's life you can miss them, but they will be coming again and again. But remember, opportunities do not always knock at your door again and again. So you have to grab the opportunities as and when they come. Stand up and get counted. Do not self-pity. Because I narrated you the example of that young fellow. So he's a born and brought up here. Excellent opportunities, but still if you think you do not come up to the expectations, I think there's something wrong. You people, all those who are British nationals, British Pakistanis, you have advantage over us. You have two countries to work with. You can work here if you want, and if you so desire, there's an opportunity there. And I'll say, when I say there's an opportunity coming up, there is that Pakistan is on the move at the moment. There will be opportunities where you will yourself start thinking that you have to go and avail those opportunities. It might not be there today, they are not on the horizon today, but there are opportunities which you will, inshallah, feel that you need to grab. Now I see some people, young fellows not agreeing with me, and they have every right not to agree with me. But if a CEO of a world-renowned bank comes and tells me that I'm going to Pakistan after 7 years because I see there's a tremendous opportunity, because he said we want to bring the 20% of the customers we have to 40%. If the World Bank says, Pakistanis, you are wrong, your figures are wrong, your growth rate is not 4.7%, but it is 5.3%. If Bloomberg says there's something going on, if the Washington Post says don't see Pakistan through the headlines of terrorism, there's a economic revolution taking place. So this is not we who are saying. Wait till you yourself will find out that there are opportunities galore, and you have to make the best of those. So inshallah, I see that time coming, but I'm not saying that you should leave, because a question was asked, how many of you are British? I think you should avail the opportunities here if you can, because we believe, and again I'll refer to the couplet of Iqbal who said, Chino Arab Hamara, Hindustan Hamara. Chino Arab Hamara, Hindustan Hamara. Muslim hai hum, Sara Jahan Hamara. So wherever you are, I agree with Mr. Hori from, the journalist, a good friend of mine, who said, you have to be first, the best British citizens. That's your first and foremost responsibility, that you have to be the law-abiding citizens of this country if you are a national here. That's your first and foremost responsibility. But again, the sky is the limit. You can be anywhere. And you should be proud of your heritage, proud of what you are, proud of what you have been taught. Because you see, the cultural strength of our culture, the strength of our culture is that we have a very strong family bond, family unit. So we operate within that. So don't let that break apart, because family will always be there for you. You might think, you are 16, 18, 20, whatever, and you want to be on your own. Fine, do it. But don't let those bonds become weak. So I think a lot has been said. I don't want to sort of, in the end, make you bored with all these long, winding speeches. In the end, I would say that have confidence in yourself. You have the better opportunities as compared to most of us. You can work, live here, or if you opt to go and work, live there. But I'm not saying do it tomorrow. Wait till you think that the time is right. With this, once again, I would like to thank you, the chairman of the WCOP. I would like to thank BPF. I'd like to thank the Pakistan Foundation for this excellent 7 days seminar. Because I know to organize these events, such events is not easy. There's a lot of effort, a lot of determination, and I must say that we must put a hand, give a hand applause to our and MC also, because he did a splendid job. And last but not least, all the volunteers who we do not even know by their name, but they have been working very hard, and I think they really deserve it.